It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. D-Mac, Darren McCarty here in the fold as well. We have KG. We have, of course, Chase in the Chase Lounge. That's literally in the massage chair.
Big
company
D!
chair. There he is, D-Mac. What is going on, my friend?
I'm not amused right now, so I'm just gonna sit over here.
Yeah.
You take the helm or whatever like that.
Chill on them, D-Mac.
I'm gonna unseathe. Right? Okay. So I'm gonna sit here and unseathe. And
Unseathe. I like that terminology.
Don't do it to him, D-Mac.
It's better
Don't go
than
back.
the alternative.
Don't go
And
back.
don't worry, the chair's not going through the window or anything like that.
Young Justin in place of Spencer Raxter. What's up, Young Justin?
Already started the show late.
Hey, I'm trying out here. I'm trying to do 3 jobs this morning. I'm doing my best. It's a struggle out here. But
He's hanging in there.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm ready to go.
All right, happy to have everybody in the Woodward
I'll get
Sports.
you that show sheet, D-Man. Don't you worry, man.
He tired of this bullshit.
Thursday, by the way, the new tradition. Thursday fights with Darren McCarty.
Oh,
Ding,
and
ding.
by the way, guys, hey, did you guys know there's a new printer in the back? So you might want to look into getting your stuff connected to the new printer, so that I'm just informing everybody.
Yeah.
Just informed. There's a new printer, so that would explain why there's no access to any printer.
There we go.
Figured it out.
I'm glad I could invest. I was doing some investigation. I stubbed my toe. That's why I was seething.
Yeah. You don't want D-Mac to start
So just
investigating.
take that into account. Whoever else, if you need the printer.
Got it.
Okay.
That was your
D-Mac?
HR announcement.
You were out and about in Detroit. Big wrestling event last night.
Amazing.
KG was in the building. D-Mac, you were there as well, chatting it up.
I was. AEW was in town. Was down there.
Masonic
I was
Temple.
a kid in the candy store. Got to spend some time with Christian Cage and Jeff Jarrett. So
Nice.
a couple guys that I've watched for a long time, and the vibe there, the energy, the city showed out. Another show tonight at Masonic Temple for Collision.
Yeah.
Because of the you know what, Neil? The basketball on Saturday is more important than the wrestling, so we're going to do it on Thursday night instead. We're going to move the game, but it's live tonight, so you're going to be down there, KG?
Oh, yeah. Big facts.
Be down there, too, more of an ROH.
Yep. Shout out Ring of Honor.
A lot
Got
of
to
stuff,
see
but,
Bandito.
shout out to Detroit wrestling community. Do you know who Don Callis is?
No, I do not.
Okay, he
Great
formerly
manager.
the right? Could be more hated than Paul Heyman. Like, as far as a heel manager.
Yeah.
The heat he got to the microphone last night.
Couldn't even talk.
And everybody else was one of the loudest, disdains. You couldn't even hear the conversation.
Yeah.
So keep it coming. Way to go, Detroit.
I think I was the only one cheering Don Callis, man. I got mad respect for him as a heel manager. He's one of the best, bro. He really
That's
is.
what I mean. You can only get that heat.
Is it his tone or?
It is his tone. It's very much his tone.
You can only
You would
get-
like Don Callis. Y'all are similar in a lot of ways.
Really?
Yeah.
Do tell.
Y'all got that same, just straight to the point attitude.
Don't
very
worry, he's
very
got
blunt.
way more schwarm than you.
Yeah,
you're not that
smarmy.
Well, I better
you know.
turn up. Speaking of that, we're going to talk some Javi Baez
We
today.
are very smart.
Tigers win yesterday. The people are excited. There is no doubt. Lots of talk about printers as well. I'm going through this thing at home with my printer too. Like I don't.
I mean,
Why does it work and then not work? Nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Like nothing changed. The Wi-Fi is still the same at home. The printer signed into the Wi-Fi. The computer signed into the Wi-Fi at home. Why does it just not work? And then you have to kind of reboot the printer. Didn't have to the last 3 months.
Right.
I just want to know.
I don't know, man.
It's like when I lose my wallet or you lose your keys or something.
Yeah.
I don't even have to get it back. I just want to know where it is.
Exactly.
Or where it was.
And you be so mad because it's like, bro, I always put them in the same spot every time. Why is it not here this time?
No, and I don't. The printer thing, I don't get because I'm going through it at home right now. And I want to destroy the thing, dude. I literally want to destroy because it works all the time until like I'm in a hurry.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's the best time to break down.
You're definitely, as Mike G says, Neil's talking about the access and the Wi-Fi. He's definitely never running out of tone or toner for that.
Yeah, there's plenty of tone in the toner or the printer.
In the rural household, it's unlimited.
No, right. KMG King, Neil, it's time to give Javi his flowers. We're going to get there in 7 minutes. 7 minutes, we're going to do this. Guys, it's time to be adults and have a grown-up discussion.
Yeah.
Because I have some questions. And it's not unrelated to what I was just talking about with the printer. Like, why does it work and then not work?
Neil, we gonna get there, man.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay, because I hope so. But make sure you jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Oh, real quick. New York Nick Lucido.
Shout out, my dog.
Came at you guys on X, you and Anson. Played a little video clip of you guys disrespecting the Knicks and talking about Mikal Bridges and stuff like that.
Come on, Nick. I thought we was cool, man.
Your thoughts?
Nick Lucido, come on, man. We supposed to be dogs. We supposed to be homies. We talked a lot of draft after that Pistons playoff watch party, man. But no, shout out to Nick Lucido. He just being a fan. And I'm not mad at him because why the fuck do the Knicks keep winning? Why do the Celtics keep blowing leads?
Because they are 25 for 100 from three.
It makes no sense.
25%.
If they go up double digits, you almost feel like they're going to lose it now. That's crazy. They are down 2-0 to the Knicks, bro. And to be honest, I don't know. If they get past the Celtics, the Knicks could be in the finals. And I'm not saying they will win, but I could definitely see them in the finals because they can take the Pacers.
Pacers are playing well.
They are playing well.
Is it not the way that it's been done too? Right? That leaves you pause.
Yeah.
20-point leads and stuff like this or whatever like that. I saw something yesterday, and I think it's more apropos than anything. Pistons woke the Knicks up. Like the Pistons put them to the test. What do I always talk about in hockey? Right? Is that the only way out is through. And even though the Knicks were favored and stuff, we pushed them to the limits, and they know they sort of got lucky. But that set them up, that type of series for Boston. Because Boston just comes in and plays sort of Boston, but they're not doing Boston things. Right? Neil, like, first game was like shooting abysmally, right, from everywhere. And then yesterday it's like blowing those leads. That's not what Boston does.
No doubt.
So,
but D-Mac, here's because people are asking the question. They're like, how are teams losing 20-point leads? Here's the deal. And we laughed at the Mikal Bridges stuff, right? Yeah. We all did, collectively.
Yeah,
I did. I was like 5 first-round picks. Like, that's crazy work. But Mikal Bridges is the catalyst for all of it. Whenever there's a big defensive play to make, he makes it.
Absolutely.
He's got that tremendous length and all that. But this just goes to show you, and it underscores, NBA is a game of matchups.
Absolutely it is.
And the ebb and flow of a game changes at the snap of a finger.
It's really a game of runs. If you can survive
because
a run
it's a game because
score,
the matchups change.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of substitutions, everything like that, the matchups change. And we've been out of the game for a long time. Like, we keep having these epiphanies with NBA basketball.
Right.
Because as a fan base, we've been out for a long time. It goes to show you this is a game of matchups. And this will piggyback in. And DNC, NT, I saw you talking about the Trajan Langdon presser. We're going to get there coming up in the second hour.
Ooh.
Because people are like, and I heard some people around the town, and they're like, well, this tells you he's not going to do anything. And I'm like, whoa. Like,
how did you get that out of that?
We'll talk about it because I want to go around the room, see what their take was. Tammy Chin, the Leafs look better than the Panthers. They do. And, like, look, I told you guys I had to be willing to do this because no one here wants Toronto to win the Stanley Cup. Nobody. But I want it to be excruciating. I am willing to fly into the sun.
Yeah, you want the slow death.
I want the death in the Stanley Cup Finals. And
Yeah.
to do that, you have to
by
get to the
1,000
Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
And to your credit, Neil, you did call it.
They did have the look about them. I will say that. Woodward Sports chat thread at D's411. Nuggets got their ass whipped yesterday. Yeah, they kind of shut that down. Once they got down 20, they're like, yeah, it's not going to happen today.
Yeah.
We'll sit Jokic down. Can't blame them. They did what
Gotta
they
do
came
what you
to
gotta
do.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they got
sure.
their one.
Shout out Aaron Gordon, man.
My Canadian team is Edmonton. Always has been. Even back when I was a little kid and the Wings sucked. Dead Wings, but we had Gretzky and Messier and all those
Greatest
guys.
team ever assembled.
So
when you boil it all
that's
down.
what I'm hoping for. Western Conference Finals, Edmonton and Toronto. That'd be sick.
I kind of want that too. Like I want
That's where
Edmonton
I
and
think of
Toronto
that. Like,
for the Stanley Cup, and then I want Edmonton to win.
So I see how I see it in the
You evil
trajectory.
man.
And yes, this is a different Toronto team than it has been in the past, and this is their best chance. But they still haven't faced that deep playoff adversity, like what you're seeing out of Edmonton. And yes, Edmonton has to improve because it can't keep getting down by a couple goals. But there's a quiet confidence about them that you see also. So that's why playoff basketball, playoff hockey, there's something going on. It's an exciting time of year.
No, like people go to the wall for it. And this is the other thing that I always get too about people talk about the playoffs and how awesome they are and why can't it be like that in the regular season. D-Mac, I'll lean on you for this one because you can't physically do that for the course of an entire regular season. D-Mac, with all due respect, are you giving it all you have? Yes, you are. However, there is a different level.
Yeah.
You cannot do 80-plus games at that level.
You're
Is
giving
that fair?
You're giving 100%, but some nights you're 100%, 70%. You're gonna travel, injuries, different stuff like that. Now, all the great like when you prepare and you're an elite team, is that it's all about preparing for the playoffs. We don't have that luxury here right now. We got to make it first.
No doubt. So again, that's really the difference.
And the NHL's not set up 3-point games back to back. It's not set up for rivalries and grind like that. So it's all about getting to the playoffs and being healthy. It's about timing. Playoffs are what I say the three keys, right? You got to stay healthy. You got to get the goaltending, and you got to get the bounce.
Okay. Can we have an adult discussion about Javi Baez?
I really feel like we
Probably
can.
not.
I really feel like we can.
I lean towards your side.
We was
D-Mac.
kind of
Probably
getting
not.
somewhere before
Listen,
the
the
show.
Toronto Maple Leafs and Javi Baez, they're
Very similar.
right? Like, but
you
does
root for the
anybody
Maple
believe
Leafs?
the bubble can burst?
Yes. We're going to have an adult discussion.
We're gonna
Okay.
try to have an adult discussion.
I think we'll get somewhere.
I'm going to speak it into existence.
We'll get somewhere.
Mike G. D-Mac, I saw a real asshat in the Leafs-Panthers game wearing a 51st painted on his cheek in Toronto. Okay. We're not going there, Mike G. So we'll just shut that one down
Shut
as a
out,
matter
Mike.
of fact. Robert
my
Colosia, hockey's over for me after the Kings choked the effing Oilers again. Let's get back to the NHL draft talk. I do. I want that, though. I want Edmonton-Toronto for the Cup, and I want Edmonton to win. Just so Canada...
Why are you so evil, man?
Because
You are a villain.
You made me that way,
I
Toronto.
made you
Toronto made me that way.
Oh, okay.
They have no one to blame but themselves.
Yeah.
Their fans would be the reason why. So, all right, let's talk about Buddy's Pizza, everyone. You can continue that pace because look at the pizza sitting up there right in front of your eyes. And look, today, as a matter of fact, tonight, lunchtime, whatever you want to do, just go to buddyspizza.com. Use a promo code 10MEAL. You'll get 10% off your order. They invented Detroit-style pizza. They've been in the game since 1946. If you're going down to a game downtown, stop by there. There's one on Broadway across the street from the stadiums. It is that simple, everyone. Buddy's Pizza, a Detroit institution, the original, the OG Detroit-style pizza. It's Buddy's Pizza. Promo code 10MEAL, 10% off.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well. Oh,
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
oh
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? Why do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
D-Mac here to talk to you about Mad Packs. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand, and they are partnering with Woodward Sports. You know what that means? I'm going to be feeling good for opening day. Mad Packs is going to take you to your next level. High-low is getting you high for the low, delivering top-tier quality, unbeatable prices. Boom Shakalaka, Boom Shakalaka Live, Resident-Infused Tarantula, The Bomb, Blizzard Pack THCA, Moon Rocks that hit like a blizzard. Coming to select retailers in May 2025. Stay tuned to Woodward Sports Network for all the latest Mad Packs updates.
All right, we're off and running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty here in the full KG Chasing the Chase Lounge. We have young Justin in for Spencer. How you holding up, young Justin?
I'm done crashing out. I'm
Are
good
you sure?
now. Yes.
He has stabilized.
Yes, I've stabilized. I can't lie. I was like really crashing out to start the show. But
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I knew.
Yeah, they had about 8 people in the damn TD booth.
Yeah.
So you knew something wasn't going right.
yeah, it's okay though. We got the printed copies. We got
right.
everything up. We got the stream.
Oh, don't
on
you do
Twitter
that.
and
Don't you put it on
Facebook.
printed copies.
Hey, much
Don't
like
you do that.
Much
Well-
like Jackson Job, he got to take his lumps, man.
Yeah, I gotta take my lumps. I had to make sure that.
Don't worry, Hobby's here to bail you out, kid.
Yeah, can't
Just
stay
like
mad at me
Joe.
for long. There's no way this isn't getting spicy. So
Right.
Mike G, go Leafs, go. Neil, you can't root for Shanny? No, not when he's with Toronto.
we're
Lions are
actually
gone.
seeing that. Mike G might be a Leafs fan, which is kind of crazy.
I'm getting old because you know what? I'm enjoying this. I want to see. I want to see them. It's something about time.
Yeah.
You look like a playoff hockey team now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
It's kinda
saying?
like the Cubs.
and it's almost like I don't know. It's not. Maybe empathy.
Back to the way that Florida, like 4 years ago, was always like at the top of the division and winning the President's Trophy, but then they had to kind of go through it a few years to get to where they are now, and have been like making it to the Cup final and actually winning it.
Yeah, for like 55 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 60 years. No, they just never. It's always get close, but can never get over the edge. Great regular season team or better half, but always has this disappointment in the playoffs, waiting for the other shoe to fall. This year it just feels a little bit different, and they answered a big question last night because they lost their starting goalie, right? So, I mean, the series is far from over. You're playing as defending Stanley Cup champions, but it's just the eyeball test. It's the same thing. I see a couple things that are a little bit different.
Okay. We said we wanted to have an adult discussion.
I like getting to have these talks with you, by the way.
Sandy Dorton, are you ready for a Tigers doubleheader today? I am. Yes, there will be 2 today for the Tigers.
Hopefully we get the switch.
Word around the street is Cody Stavenhagen from The Athletic said that Kiter Montero has arrived in Denver. So
Okay.
he will be your starter for game number 2. It's tough that Job only went 3+, got into the
Yeah,
4th inning yesterday.
got
They
tagged.
burned a lot of bullpen arms yesterday.
Yeah.
So they're going to kind of be up again. Need Casey Mize today.
No, absolutely.
Give you 7.
Yeah.
If he can. Oh, okay. So look, as always, my social media accounts light up like a pinball, as does my phone. Anytime Javi Baez gets a hit.
Yeah.
So he got you had 4 RBIs yesterday, which everyone reminded me of. But when he was a windmill later on in the game, it was odd. I didn't get any messages. I just want to have it's time to have the adult discussion here because everybody's in here in the chat right now. Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer. I won't trust Javi will keep this up till the All-Star break. Steve-O baby. Neil, don't worry when Javi struggles. Woodward Sports Chat will go back to their old selves. Patience, my man. Patience. Neil's a hater. I wonder what he's going to say about Javi Baez. Yeah, so John Hefting Lord, hallelujah.
Damn right.
Hallelujah. All right, so that's out there.
It's fun, Neil.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Why is it fun? Okay, no, let's back it up.
Okay.
Let's back it up. Here's the deal. My question is to you, and you represent the Javi people because you have the same vibes off of him. And D-Mac, just tell me if I'm being unfair, all right? You're going to be the arbiter, okay?
All right.
So tell me if I'm being unfair. I just want to know why, because we paid Javi Baez, $65-ish million.
Yes.
He's got 180 RBIs in total. $160 million
through almost
180
4 years.
RBIs.
Yeah.
Pushing 4 years now. Okay, which, is what, about less than 50 per year.
Yeah.
Why is a 30-game sample size what he is, and why is he celebrated as such now?
Because you never thought you would see this after a 3-year sample size, and it appears.
See what, a 30-game run that still features, 20 strikeouts?
And to your point, yes, it is still early in the season. Javi could very much go back into the Javi that we all know and love, and back into that 600 OPS, just swinging at everything nasty. And last night kind of encapsulated that. Like his first few at-bats.
Not one person's brought that up, by the way.
No, pretty good. And we talked about it when you came in. Those last 2 at-bats, pretty rough. It was typical Javi. But that is the beauty of what Javi Baez is, and I think for fans, the ones that pay attention, because I do feel to a degree that you give it in to the casuals. But we'll get on that later. I think to the fans that, watch this team constantly and know what Javi Baez has been, you never thought you would get this. And for him to be doing what he's doing this year, although he's just above average, we all get that. We all know that. It appears that whatever Scott Harris and AJ Hinch, whatever they are trying to work on with Javi, it appears to be working. He appears to be buying in. And in turn, he has helped this team. You cannot deny through the first almost 40 games of this year, Javi has been a integral part of that, and he has helped this team win more times than not.
First thing you got to get over is the fact that they're committed to him. Right?
Which I have.
And that's the whole thing. So everything else is gravy. What Kenny does say, like the biggest thing last year, in my opinion, get him out of there because he's not setting an example for the younger guys. It's making them worse.
He was a black hole.
He's out of there.
And you were consistent.
He's out of there. They cook. Now, what he's done, whatever that conversation or what Kenny says, he's doing what needs to be done for this team no matter where it is, and actually giving you dividends on that investment.
Yeah.
So who gives a like? I'm more of like, if I was going to lay a bet, do I think this lasts? No.
But that's why we're having so much
But
fun with it.
I'm going to enjoy it while it does, because you know what it is? I expect Javi to be Javi for now 2 out of 4 at bats, and then do something. And actually, when he's up, it's not another out or whatever. Why? Because I have to give that this season it's different. Is the other shoe going to fall?
We don't know.
I think it might if you made me choose, but I'm going to enjoy this until then because he is an attribute to this lineup and this team.
For this 30 games, yes.
Yes.
Correct.
So that's where we're at. The history, what he did last year, whatever else is irrelevant.
Yeah.
The fact is they're committed to him. There's a reason why, and he's helping them win and
Finally.
the best record in the like he's an integral part of this, whether it's playing center field, whether it's doing this. Now he's still doing Javi things, but he's doing less of them, and he's actually contributing.
And
being a bet, like, so for me, Javi Baez is an attribute to this team.
No,
this
absolutely.
Year.
Even
last year he wasn't.
Yeah.
So I don't care. Like if we're over the money and done that because
Which I am.
because they've committed and made that. Right now, does it change because Veerling's DH and Veerling will be back here? Does he take away Javi's time because he can play center field, he can play infield, stuff like this? Is it how are they used? Let's wait and see. But if Javi Baez does these things, this is what I expected out of him.
No, and we got to give him some flowers, man, because like you said, they're not relying on him solely at shortstop this year. You actually needed him now more than ever because you've had so many injuries in key positions on this team, and we have to give him credit because yesterday aside, he's played a damn good center field. He's been solid at third base since the year started.
And you know what?
You needed him to
truth be told,
good in these spots.
Like I see it in here. Adiz 411 Tigers should send an autographed Javi jersey to Neil. I'd frame it and put it up in the house. 100% I would.
Okay.
Tommy K, it's too personal with Neil. No, it's not.
But you say you've let go of the contract, but that's the main thing that you're hung up on.
Yeah.
But it's part of it. It's part of him.
Absolutely, it is.
Okay, like
No, but
I
you
understand.
are beyond it because it's always up in the conversations. Forget about it. Just like looking
But
at.
you see that's where and I'll admit some shortcomings if you guys admit some shortcomings.
Okay.
Can we do that?
What is our shortcoming?
Okay, the shortcoming is a contract's part of the story.
Yes.
So that is the expectation.
But it
Is
always
that
was,
fair?
but they committed to him. So
Right.
that's an irrelevant conversation
Yeah,
because he ain't going
But, D-Mac,
anywhere.
here's the kicker
now
with
it's like,
that.
can I get returns on my investment? Thank you. Now I feel like, oh my God, I got
You got
$1.98
something out of
and
that,
have
yes.
a dividend.
But here's my issue with it. Does it get in the way of the Tigers doing something else? And we don't know.
I don't.
You don't think so?
No. In a no salary cap league, no, I don't think it.
No,
gets in the way.
no. Do you think that it gets in the way of the Tigers doing something else?
like
Oh,
what?
you-
What do you mean by that?
You mean acquisition or winning? What do you mean?
all of it. Like, do you think that there is a holdup? Do you think that the Bregman deal would have gotten done if Javi wasn't on the books?
No. They
don't?
offered.
No,
they
I don't
offered
think it
him a
was done
substantial
anyways
contract.
because of the money of what it is.
Do you
and it's
think
a
that?
no
Do you
salary.
think that
I
there is
think
something
Javi-
else they would have looked into, but maybe they didn't because of the Javi deal on the books?
I mean,
that's my only question.
Maybe, but if we play in the what if game,
But
what
ag-
if Javi continues the pace?
But
that
again,
he's on?
who are you gonna like? He's doing what he's actually fulfilling his contract right now.
I think
but-
that's even that's
No,
a little
his
aggressive
year, this
right now.
year, this year.
And to Neil's point, it is.
This year, no.
No,
This year,
He's
what
he's
getting
on a
paid-
little he's on a hot streak right now. Yeah,
but
but
he's-
But to Neil's point, it is he's never going to live up to the contract, and I think that's what you need to accept. He's never going to live
But
up
we
to that
know
$25 million a year that they
The
pay.
question,
But you're getting
See,
something.
it can't because then that goes to your ineptitude of like it doesn't. The fact that Chris Sills will spend money has nothing to do with keeping Javi on the payroll in a no salary cap league. That's
but it does, and
No,
that
it
and that is
doesn't
not
to
Javi's fault.
It's
the
not.
question
That is not Javi's fault, D-Mac. I'll meet you. I'll meet you in the middle on that one.
But
Javi's
then
got
it's
nothing
like,
to do with
so
that.
then it's
I would have
like
taken
Chris
the deal
Ellis
too.
isn't willing to spend what it takes to a winner because because instead if he was worried about it, he's hanging on to this $25 million and this. So then that's an ownership question, isn't it?
It's
Yes.
been about
No,
ownership.
100%. And we've
But you take
hashed
it-
that out before.
You take it out on Javi even when he's playing well, finally playing
No,
well.
but you see, like you guys all act like I'm not happy when he has 4 RBIs and it helps them win in
What-
Colorado.
But that's
Because I am happy.
But that's you being a victim to the content that you
That's
put out
such
there.
good
You've
tone,
kicked his back in at every single turn, Neil. You've kicked his back in. So
was
you
good.
got to live with that part of it. When he's finally playing well and you're happy about it, people aren't going to think that you're happy about it.
But I
because
am
of what
happy
you
about
put
it.
out. How do we know that, Neil?
because
we
I
literally-
tell you every single day,
No,
dude.
but
Like
we literally do a Javi Watch segment in which you are looking for the bad. I always joke with you the Neil Rule checklist. You are looking for things to be mad at Javi about, whether it's the slugging percentage this time. It's the on-base percentage
because
this
here's
time.
the disconnect that I don't understand. I don't understand, and we see it. We see it right now.
The difference is you're top of the AL.
Yes,
you're
correct.
winning. That's why it all that's why we don't give a shit because we're winning and he's part of it and they figured it out. That's what it is, right?
Neil, you know everybody in the studio is anti-Javi. Like you think
Doesn't seem like
but we're
Spencer says he's back. You say he's back.
It's a troll job.
Hey, KG, look.
He's
I
back
saw
for now.
You've been so arrogant, well, not arrogant, but you've been so just anti-Javi that we have literally
No, I'm not anti-Javi. I'm not anti-Javi. I am anti, 320 slugging percentages. I am anti that because it doesn't help the team win.
But we know the type of player he is at this point, Neil. But that's what I mean. You got to accept he's never going to live up
Well,
to
you
that
guys got to
contract.
accept I'm not anti-Javi. I'm anti-windmill strikeouts
and that-
with guys on second base with a 320 slugging percentage.
And that's
I'm
fair.
anti that.
But all we ask is that you got to keep it fair on both sides. When he's
So that's
playing
not
well,
this guy.
yes, he had 2 very bad at-bats at the end of the game, but he was a big reason why you won this game. He gave you 4 runs. That is not nothing slight. You have to give him credit for that.
100%. And I said that, and I'll even cut him a pass for the circus in center field last night.
Yes.
That's the toughest outfield in the majors to play in.
Absolutely.
Like, you think
Coors Field
Comerica's
is a
outfield
beast.
is big?
Yeah.
Coors Field outfield is that's the people think too that it's just like the home runs there. The reason all those runs are scored there, and you saw it last night,
Yeah.
the singles and the doubles.
Yeah.
Like the ball flies. It's tougher for the pitchers because the ball doesn't break
Why
as much.
Jackson Jobe
Jackson
struggled.
Jobe found out the slider don't slide in Denver.
Big fact.
You know, like that's the
You
way
gotta
that it
find some
works.
workaround.
You gotta find somewhere other to do it. All right, let's do this. Let's take the break. I want to wrap the discussion up when we come back. Tell them about Lady Jane's.
Yeah, guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff like gimmies on the golf course. We like uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's haircuts, wherein you walk in, you sign in. Before you know it, you're handsome and clean. Lady Jane's open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Mark White gonna do you right. You need to save $5,000 on your new home with Mark White and Associates. Hit up their website at markwhitesales.com or hit their phone number at 248-290-8242. That is 248-290-8242, and let Mark White help you get into a new home.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, D-Mac, Justin in for Spenny, KG, Chase in the Chase Lounge, and the massage chair store, massage chair also. Check them out here. They're in West Bloomfield. WeezyD313, all of you in the chat, click the like button since you're in there. We got some other stuff we're going to get into, but I do want to finish this thing up.
Woodward therapy.
WeezyD313, now he's not anti-Javi. Who backpedals faster, Neil or Deion Sanders? No, WeezyD313, I'm anti the 294 slugging percentage he had all of last year, and the 325 slugging percentage he had the year before
What
that.
that got to do with this year, Neil? Player in baseball, but now he's average.
Now,
thank God.
What that got to do with this
But
year?
here's the flip side of the coin. And look, like, I get what you're saying, you know, like, it's a bit, and it's a great bit, and it's fun.
It
I
is.
like it. I enjoy it.
But you hate Javi.
He doesn't, but he
hate
hates
Javi.
ownership, but he takes it out on Javi.
Okay. So here's the deal, though. Our good friend,
That's what
Javi gets his Krichilich higher.
Yes.
my good buddy, our good buddy, Brad Galley from Channel 7.
Shout out. Big
shout out to Brad.
That's my guy, man.
He put a post out on social media. I can't remember if it was X or Facebook or whatever. And he talked about the fact it was Javi. I think it was when Javi hit the grand slam or something like that the day before. And then it was the day that they lost 3-1 and had 8 strikeouts or whatever it was. And somebody in the chat, like a baseball fan in the chat said, well, they're not all as good a hitters as Javi. Literally said that. And there were more like that.
Yeah.
And again, guys, like I know you say everyone is dismissive of social media as long as it fits their narrative, right? Like they're out there. There are people that think that. There are people on social media, there are people in this chat that think that, KG.
You are correct.
For
Yes,
real.
you are correct.
And that is the issue for me. Like what yes, he's on a good run right now, which is fine. It's helping them win baseball games, no doubt. It's just like there's too much data to suggest this is what he is, and whatever. I'm not praying on his downfall at all. I hope it stays like this because we'll continue to win. We'll get, that's what it's all about for me. They'll continue to win.
You gotta let go of the old stuff.
Do you put anything towards WAR? Wins above replacement. Does that?
It's a factor.
So here's the difference.
But we were also in a part though where in 2016 Lucas Duda had a higher WAR than Miguel Cabrera.
Okay.
So
I get that. Semantics though.
So did that just tell me that you take it from 4th to 8th or what? Like I don't. My point being that if you value that stat or wherever you put it, Javi's the best on your team. With it, what that means, translate it to whatever, how you use that stat, but it's got to mean something,
right?
And I know it means a hell of a lot more than it did last year.
A big fact.
That's like I don't care. This is where we're at now, and right now, Javi Baez has helped us get to first place in
has been
our
a big
division
factor.
and best record in the AL.
Neil, you giving in to the casuals too, because I do understand when you get those comments, it's like, why the hell would you think that way? But like I was trying to tell you before the show
Hold
started.
on, Jesus. Can you do a chat poll?
Yeah.
Is Javi Baez an all-star this year?
Ooh.
I wouldn't even do that. I would just say, does Javi...
Is Javi Baez an all-star?
Baez
his numbers are
finish an average player.
Does
he finish an average player? That's all we're talking about. Does he finish the league average? Because last year, he was the worst player in the league.
Way below. But no, Neil, once again, I just feel like you feeding into the casual audience because the Tigers are good now. And I think that a lot of people are starting to notice that the Tigers are good now. When the Tigers are good, when they've been bad for over a decade, that's going to bring out the casual fans. Clearly, that's a casual fan comment because anybody that has watched this team over the last 3 to 4 knows the type of player that Javi is. It would never say anything like that and actually mean it if it wasn't a troll.
Okay. Just snap react. The poll isn't up yet, but just snap reactions to it. Hoof-hearted. So far, he is. Brian Ruth, all caps, absolutely not. I'm curious to see where this goes. Robert Colosia in the Super Chat. If you want to skip the line, by the way, use the Super Chat. Most myopic fans, Javi fans, Michigan fans, and Raider fans.
Shout out, man. I mean, most of his stats would dictate that. I don't think he's there yet, but if he continues, I mean, there is a case that can be made.
Right.
I don't think that's crazy to say that.
Okay.
I don't think it's crazy to say that. Will he? We don't know.
So people lighten up. 62% of the people say no. 38% of the people say yes.
The same way that you treat Javi is the same way Lions fans in this town treat Marcus Davenport. And I get it. And lately I've been on the bandwagon of, okay, we always talk about the history. We always talk about, his injured past. We know what he is. We know the stakes that we have keeping a player like that on our roster. But when are we going to start talking about what if? Because the past doesn't matter at this point. The Lions lost. We are in a new position now to where he's probably going to be leaned upon again, and he needs to go out there and perform. So I'm sick of hearing just he's always injured, it's never going to work. What if it does? What if Javi keeps up this pace for a majority of the season?
Right. Hey, the contract's there. It's guaranteed. What happened in the past doesn't matter, right? Like, that's what I'm told.
But once again, once you realize that, okay, he'll never truly live up to the contract, but you are getting something finally in a position to where the Tigers are finally taking a step forward, I'm taking that. 9 times out of 10, I'm taking that.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Chris says, Neil, the reason these people think these things is they didn't watch the Tigers. They didn't watch until the Tigers made the playoffs. This is the only Javi they know. Mike O. Javi is a borderline good hitter.
So far this year he has been, but his mechanics would tell you otherwise. Because he still does some Javi stuff. at this age, he's not going to change his play like drastically. We already know that. But he has had success with his play style, although he was surrounded by a lot of good talent. But you're starting to see that. The Tigers are good again. And Javi, you haven't been able to see a lot of their faults in this game because the rest of the team has been so good.
D-Mac, can I ask a question? Yep. And this is an unfair question to ask of you. I know that going in. I'm going to put you in a bad spot. I rarely do it, so I'm going to do it here.
Oh, you're allowed.
What do you think, and I'll ask the chat too, what do you guys think is going through his head when those strikeouts like we saw at the end of the game last night, those balls that he swings at, is it, and I'm going to run an analogy by you, D-Mac, is it like a golfer that knows the swing is jacked up from the beginning of the swing and say, well, I'll just fix it on the downswing?
No,
is that like what is going through his head when he swings at those pitches, do you think?
I think it's more approach. I think he loses that approach, and he more of I'm gonna carry that pond at 280.
You're right,
and so I'm gonna go for this, cut the par 5 and 2 and whatever like that, and just not have like your mentality, your approach, so he overswinging or not into his mechanics because
nobody else
like
does
different
that.
Guy, right? And I think it's just his mentality about like freewheeling, or maybe I already got mine. I can do it my way. Like when he does it you ever see that when you don't stick to your game plan or whatever, that as a team, as a coach or whatever like this, but you always have, I can do it my way or whatever. Like golf's a great analogy with that, right? Where you try something out of your comfort zone. And it's not that. It's just because he thinks he can hit the shot. You can't hit that shot. You hit the ball left to right, and you're trying to hit this tough shot right to left. That's not your play, right? Like, how come sometimes we see him lay off it earlier in games?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know
That's my answer. Maybe it's it goes back to the printer thing. Why did the printer work this afternoon and now it doesn't work?
But when he gets deeper in at bats, you can tell he's just trying to make plays. And if he's out there trying, I'm not mad at him. Like, we've talked about that. Like, he's not trying to be bad. He goes out there, he gives it his all, I would say. I don't think he's taking plays off.
And I've given him credit for that, too.
Yes.
Because most high-priced dudes would have just said, hey, I'm hurt.
Exactly.
I'm out of here. I'm hurt, man.
Fine. Yeah, but
I'll give him that, 100%.
He hasn't done that.
Burn in the Super Chat. Detroit fans will stop worrying about the past when they realize everyone else also has a long season and there's a lot of games left to play. So, in other words, never. Clark W. in the Super Chat. With all the season awards that Detroit sports have been robbed of, would it be something if the only one we get is Javi Baez for Comeback Player of the Year? Neil's brain would break. Well, see, but that's my point, right? Like, because in the chat here, Skydog, bet people would say Riley Green is an all-star, yet his batting average is way lower than Javi's. But Skydog, I would say to you, their OPS is very comparable.
Yeah.
You know, like the wave of analytics, like the on-base plus the slugging, is very comparable. And think about the stretch that Riley Green went through before, and he's just about producing the same as Javi. He's getting there a little differently, but he's just about producing the same. That's my point, KG, that somebody would say that somebody would say, well, people call Riley Green an all-star, but if he is, why wouldn't Javi be? But because through all of that he went through, the 2 for 38 stretch or 2 for 50 stretch, whatever it was, he's pretty much the same.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to let fans have it, man.
Stall them out?
Yeah, stall them out, man. Let the fans
let them breathe.
Let the fans just enjoy what the fuck we are seeing right now. We talked about it yesterday. This team may be on the special side of things. And if that's the case, you got to just enjoy what the fuck we're getting from Javi right now. Is he going to keep it up? We all don't know. Most of us don't expect him to keep it up. But if he does, this team will be in a lot better position for it. So I'm cool.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Lunchbox. Neil, his last 2 at-bats, he was getting some bad balls called strikes as well. Just a fan. Neil's jealous Javi Baez isn't on the Marlins. All right, I think that's a good place to stop, everybody. Yeah.
Do you feel better after this? So you probably don't, but
I didn't really get any answers. I just don't know why. Okay, here's a bottom line question.
You don't want to see the answer.
Why? No. Why do people think that this 30-game stretch is Javi? Why do they think that versus the hundreds of games we have that run counter to that? Why do they think that this is him?
The new hip.
Is it? Okay,
Nah,
that's the answer I was looking for.
No, but
Thank you.
I was being facetious, but it appears that he's buying into whatever Chris Harris and the boys are selling, and that's different.
I would say this, like, I thought he's always bought in.
True, but I think it's a little bit different this year because he's actually made some adjustments to his play. Like, there are tangible things in his swing that he has changed. He's still going to be Javi at a lot of times out of not, but so far he's been good because he's made these adjustments.
Just a fan. Neil, A.J. Hinch is a genius. A.J. Hinch keeps putting Javi Baez on the field. Is he stupid for doing that? Just a fan. He doesn't have a choice, but I will say this. He deploys Javi in more favorable matchups because he doesn't have to play him every day like he had to last year until he went in for surgery.
True.
Now and you got to give me that.
No,
like,
I will give
look,
you that.
Who in this city would say that he wasn't kind of forced to play him up until this point?
He absolutely was, but he's flourished in the role, and that's where you have to give him
and
credit.
A.J. Hinch has deployed him in proper matchups.
And of course he has. But if Javi wasn't making the plays out there, we would have seen him pull it by now. There is a level of trust there. Whether you want to believe it or not, there is a level of trust there.
There's also a level of vibes. Like, when teams are winning it, Javi Baez is on, he seems more locked in, and he seems more locked in. He seems more attentive to the team and more of, I hate to say it, but more of a leader. And I think that is all translating to him playing better.
Facts.
Woodward Sports chat thread, if Javi continued, and this from Nick Hedigan, if Javi continued at this pace, he would have a career year, which he won't do. 9 years after his career year, odds are not in his favor.
Clearly.
And Nick, like, he's on a pace to hit 11 home runs.
Cool.
Sorry, 12 home runs.
That's more than last year. You got to leave the pass in the past, Neil.
All right, some Lion stuff when we come back. I got a question for D-Mac and for the people.
Okay.
Is that fair? All
Very
right, we'll
fair.
do it. Planet Fitness is fair, everybody. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. They're more than fair. Why? It's $24.99 a month for a black card option. You get access to every Planet Fitness in the world. You get use of all the amenities, the massage chairs. All of it is there for you. I've been a member pushing 4 years now. I'll never be a member at another gym, ever. I'm Team Planet Fitness for life. And I've accomplished pretty much all my fitness goals that I've set out to do with the help and the aid of Planet Fitness. But if you want to do it, then you got to start it. All you got to do to start it is go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot on the way home and get it as part of your routine. There's over 50 locations in Metro Detroit. They're constantly updating equipment. They're changing out equipment now that I thought was fine. I had just used it, and I was like, that was fine. But it's how they roll over there at Planet Fitness. The facilities are clean. The locker room's top-notch. I'm over here on the one in Troy on West Maple Road. Again, guys, I love going there, man. I just do, and you will as well. PlanetFitness.com. Planet Fitness, don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
You already know Loom Cannabis, but did you know that they've got all the brands you love now for less with unbeatable prices, a wider selection, and the best loyalty program? Loom is a premier destination for new and experienced shoppers alike. Experience Michigan's #1 recreational dispensary at one of their 38 locations throughout the state. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order online or in store. Go to www.loom.com today.
All right, keep it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Young Justin in for Spencer on the ones and twos. He crashed out once already this morning. How's your crash out meter right now?
Oh, I'm cooking now.
You're back?
I'm locked in now. Yeah.
He's recovered, just
D-Mac,
like
I heard that Loom has your weed brand there.
Cool. Should. Right on. Check it out. Use WSN30, get 30% off.
D-Mac is the man.
Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer in the super chat. If you want to jump into it, go ahead and do that. Steve, that first single that he hit was in the other batter's box, but he somehow made contact, LMAO. Right, and then later on in the game, in a tie game, he swung at the same pitch.
He did.
And struck out twice.
And it didn't work for him.
And he didn't make contact somehow.
That's fine.
See, the one is not the rule. It's actually opposite of that.
I get that. But the more you focus on the bad, the more you're going to be in the same place.
Alan W., I can't believe we're slandering the player on our first place. Who am I? How was I slandering him?
You weren't.
You weren't. And he's just not listening. And that's fine.
People hear what they want to hear. All right, Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer in the super chat. If you want to skip the line, jump in there. I think we should talk about trading Duran. He played well the second half of the year, but his defense still scares me away from paying him $30 million. I really like Duran, but the East demands good paint defense. Yes, Robert, we are going to get there. Mm-hmm. We've touched on that subject here.
And you still got another year on Duran, but I understand the sentiment.
It was very telling, though, Trajan Langdon's terminology in what he used yesterday. And he said, with Ivy and Duran, we have time. We're not there yet, which I think everybody just kind of glossed over. Mm-hmm. That told me, and I know what everybody did. They did what people in this town want to do a lot. They run to, well, that tells you he's not going to make a big move. I don't think it told you that at all. The NCNT had a post about it also. I think, if anything, him saying we still have a lot of time tells you that those options are open.
Absolutely.
We're not taking any long-term assets on the books right now. If an opportunity presents itself, he will strike.
Yeah, he's open. He's fluid, as we say.
Oh, 100%. Also in the super chat, Burn. Javi Baez playing the ultimate Texas Hold'em blind. You'll probably get burned, but if you hit big.
Hey.
Just keeps raising the pot every time.
Yeah.
D-Mac, I know it's not complete, but I guess in terms of timeline, the offseason is complete in the NFL because the draft is done. The free agents that are out there, it's still kind of a musical chairs game, but the important people have kind of been signed, and we're going to move this going forward. It's a very, very basic question, and I don't typically like to do this, but grade Brad Holmes offseason, D-Mac. If you had to give a vibe-based grade, and the draft count, I think the draft counts towards that.
Yeah.
If you had to give the Brad Holmes offseason a grade, and I'll say, hey, when you're in the text thread right now, the chat thread, you can save the he didn't get an edge F. You can save it, all right? D-Mac, what do you give the grade of the offseason?
I like what Brad Holmes does, so it's like a B+.
Okay.
B+ till we wait and see. I mean, he did go out and he did do some advanced moves with his move, for trading up and just who he chose. But I like the fact that he got some dogs on the offensive line, and I know everybody's going to speculate if your end game was that edge rusher, then you're not going to give it a good grade. But I see what he's doing, so again, B+, A-. I was about to say I have no problem with that, because here's the thing: do you accept the fact that they like the guys that they have?
Yeah.
Right, like that's where people always think, and we're trained and conditioned that we got to get somebody from the outside. No, I think from listening to Brad, listening to Dan, that they solidified what they wanted to solidify, and I guess I'm gonna go A- or whatever, because you showed us yesterday the people that needed to see was there action. I need them to make the phone calls and do that, working it hard. Mm-hmm. So he put the effort in, put the time in. So I just always go back to, like, when you trust somebody who's making the decisions And he said, when he went and got the receiver, Tesla, how do you pronounce his name? Tesla.
Yeah.
He said he's not the best receiver in the draft, but he's my favorite receiver in the draft.
There you go.
That's champion. When you're at the level where we're at, a 15-2 team, a team that costs themselves, like it's one of these things. And reading something is this guy going to be specifically used as a wide receiver, or is he going to be sort of a Swiss Army knife? We'll see.
Yeah.
Right? We'll see. So we got some dogs. We got guys that definitely want to be here. You look, who doesn't like a fifth rounder that says, "I'll die for you, coach," in his interview? Like,
Right.
I don't know. I feel the same way. Don't we all
fit.
feel the same way? Like,
They
part of the
they got
herd.
fits.
So I'll go A-.
Mac, is there anything that they could have done to make it an A+ for you?
You know what? I think that the only thing would have been if something would have found where they would have moved up and they would have got one of those edge guys that they were never going to get. Like,
I got you.
I don't think an A+ was ever in the cards.
I got you.
I think that like,
I like that point.
I think he got better than maybe what was expected because he did a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's the work you don't see. Right, Neil? So I know that, and he likes what he got. At the end of the day, when he's, you like your stuff, you like what you've added to your team because it's a different beast. Because we're right in the middle, like we're right in the heart of our window.
All right, I want to continue this discussion after the break, and then come up at 12:10, we got Thursday fights with Darren McCarty.
Yes, sir.
We get
the video
what do we have? Is this another fan fight?
No, this is a fight between two guys at a bar in Tennessee.
Perfect.
We did have another hockey one, but we're saving that one for next week when we're deeper into the playoffs.
We're getting fights banked. These are fights with normal people.
Yeah.
Like not hockey fights. We don't want D-Mac breaking down hockey fights.
No.
We does that all the time.
Got to open up the book.
The streets. Street fights. That's what I want D-Mac breaking down because I learned something last week in Thursday fights. I did.
Don't wear an Elkhorn jersey is what you learned.
Well, that was number one. But number two, the grab for the setup.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah,
It's
and
pivotal.
don't
It's
fight
a foundation.
Don't fight a guy in a poncho.
It's
Right.
a fundamental angle of the street fight.
It is.
And I think it goes overlooked.
It does.
The grab for the setup, D-Mac. You taught me something.
Absolutely.
So next time I'm up in Mankato, and we got to go back to back,
Right.
which has happened before,
You gonna be more
and
prepared.
fought our way to the door
Yeah.
to get out of there. Now I know. Now I'm a little bit better squared up on it. Lots of chat. Sean Hart, you B+. Nick Lucido, pocket twos win every now and then too, Neil. Talk about Javi and the swings. Michael Weary, B+. Dr. Clappencheeks, B-. So that seems to be about the range.
Definitely not an F.
Who's got the massage chair store?
D-Mac
I
does.
do.
D-Mac does? All right.
Looking for an upgrade to your relaxation game? Check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with the top brands for massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki. Located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road, experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doctor, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Check them out today. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsAndSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Les Stanford, Buick, Cadillac, GMC, and Chevy has great offers for everyone to get a 2025 Vision Preferred AWD for only $259 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation for only $169 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $699 per month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford, Buick and GMC. Check it out, lesstanford.com.
All right, hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty here in the house. KG chasing the Chase Lounge. Young Justin in for Spencer. Are you back at it tomorrow, Young Justin?
Yeah.
We're going to need a cleaner start from you.
Cleaner start. No Woodward wings before it, so guaranteed cleaner start.
Good. I'm glad you picked up on the theme there. All right.
You're
my
such
God.
an asshole.
What?
hey, it's better than the treatment I would be getting on some other shows.
No, that's facts.
How did you feel about the execution this morning?
It wasn't the best, but
okay.
my boy
So we
learned.
agree.
He
So
gotta
we agree.
take his lumps.
So we agree.
Yes.
Okay, great talk.
There's factors.
Hey.
Was that tone?
Yeah.
I'll
very much
take
so.
the constructive criticism. I should have had it ready. That's on me. I'll
There's
take
caveat.
responsibility. That's what I got to do, and I'll be better for you guys in the future.
That's all we can do. Appreciate it, Young Justin. Got an email here from Greg Ball, my guy, from the Rocket Classic. Former Rocket Classic champions Cameron Davis, Tony Finau, Ricky Fowler, and Nate Lashley have all committed to the Rocket Classic. So go to rocketclassic.com, get tickets to that. We're a big local event.
It's become a staple of the tour now.
Yeah.
It really has.
Yeah.
I remember when it first started, I was at Channel 7, and now it's grown into this. It's pretty nice, man.
It is. It's very, very, very cool. We're talking about Brad Holmes right now, and grade the offseason. Motor City Patriot, best show in the D. Thank you, my
Shout
guy.
out,
I
man.
appreciate that, man. We try. Dante151 in the super chat. Plus, everyone seems to forget that Buffalo was interested in both Tesla and Tyleik Williams, so I think Brad Holmes knows what he's doing. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, and it was still funny to me, some of the reactions. Dr. Clappencheek, I love that you have a fight breakdown. That's awesome. Yeah, if you missed it last week, go back to last Thursday's show and watch it. It was pure electricity. For me, D-Mac, I thought that it handled what it needed to handle. I thought the draft addressed what was the one thing I said sitting here. I want big guys that push people this way and that way.
And he did that.
And I got a bunch of them.
The trenches.
I wanted the best interior offensive linemen. Those guys ended up going earlier. Brad Holmes seems to be big on the interior offensive lineman he got, so I'm intrigued. I want to see that. I want to see Rutledge and see what he's about. The size, the everything like that certainly is intriguing. Plus, I like a guy with a mullet.
Yeah, how do you not? In 2025?
Yeah, you have to like that. And I'll tell you the other thing, D-Mac. They're fourth in available cap space right now. So if something presents itself, they have the opportunity to move. Also in the super chat, by the way, we were talking about Brad Holmes. Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer said Matt Judon, Zadarius Smith are still out there, just saying. And yeah, like the Matt Judon thing, like I know he's a local guy and stuff like that. he had that big season for New England back in
Yeah.
2022.
I think it's
he had
wraps
15
on.
and a half sacks. He's had 9 in the 2 years since then. So, missed a season pretty much in
with
between there.
Yeah, and the Falcons wasn't good.
If the numbers, again, if the numbers are okay on it, then I'm okay on it, but I'm not busting the bank by any means to
Why wouldn't you sign Zadarius Smith if you're going to do that? Because he's the better edge rushing option at this point.
fair. Do we feel
And
that
he knows
that's
the system.
do we feel like that's inevitable?
Yes.
I don't. It may not happen. A lot of people are banking on the fact that they're going to re-sign Zadarius Smith. It might not happen.
Because I jog my mind, D-Mac, trying to think of what the tie-ups could be, but not like from the tinfoil hat perspective, more along the lines of financially and the money. Like what would be some of the money reasons? Could it be that him and Brad Holmes have discussed this and have a plan of attack for I want to see how X or Y shake out before we go ahead and do this? Could it be that they have a difference in numbers right now?
I think that's a big thing. I think at the words that Darius Smith does his career, it's got to. He wants a certain amount of dollar. Like he's the aging veteran or whatever like that. And does it hurt a guy like this to not be on a roster for camp or whatever like this? Slow start maybe, but I think he's only got so many snaps left in him, and it could be a money thing. I think it's more of a money or a term than it is anything else, but it's also something that the conversation's had. Wait and see. So other than that, I don't know. Other than just it doesn't fit into what the plan is.
Terrell in NFL. Neil, what makes you think Brad cares about the edge at all? He literally said it's not a priority at all.
And we still drafted one.
Well, don't we have how many sacks do you think Aiden Hutchinson will have this year?
I said 12.
Okay. Terrell, I would
14.
ask you the question. Okay. Teens.
Yeah, he'll be in the teens.
A teen number is the average of that.
You would expect that.
His over-under is 14.5.
He's a top 5 rusher. You expect
He
that.
used the number 2 pick in the draft on it. I think he values it. I'm going to keep going back. Every time I get asked that question, that's going to be the answer.
And he traded for Zadarius Smith mid-season. Like, he drafted
He got
one.
the best edge in the trade market last year.
Exactly.
He's the number 2 pick on the draft. I think that he valued, why can't we get past this?
I don't know. Because, people just forget the fact that we did draft someone. It may not be the person that you wanted, but he is somebody that had college production. So it's just we got to get over this as fans. And I get it. If it doesn't work, Brad has to hold that. He does. That's part of the job.
It
But-
will only not work if Aiden Hutchinson doesn't play.
Exactly. And plus, we are in the prime of our Super Bowl window. So maybe once this is all over, let's say 3 or 4 years go by, we don't get it done, then we can talk about it. But as of right now, I'm cool.
What are the Eagles going to do? They lost the man that had the most sacks for them last year. They lost him in free agency. What are the Eagles going to do for edge? I don't know what the Philly area code is, but Philadelphia Woodward Sports.
Right.
Like, what are they talking about? How are we going to address this edge situation?
They're going to figure it out. Whoever's playing in that spot, they got to figure it out. And the same shit here. Marcus Davenport, we know your history. You got to figure it out. Same with Al-Qaeda Muhammad. Ahmed Hassani. Shout out to him. You got to figure it out.
I think there's a level of recency bias that comes into play here. Like, I think everyone's just forgetting how, the pass rush looked before Aiden Hutchinson went down. It was top 5, top 10 in the NFL. Like, they were showing signs of being an elite unit, and you add even more depth to that line this year by adding Roy Lopez and Tyleek Williams in the middle that are supposedly supposed to gain more double teams to open up more looks for Hutch. And that sounds like an improvement to me.
Terrell says, KG, stop that BS, please. He's a 6th-round project. Well, the Terrell,
I get that.
Right, but then answer my question.
But they drafted an edge for everybody. Oh, they didn't get an edge. They technically got one, and he's going to help. He's going to help this team.
I can't get, D-Mac, I can't get past he clearly doesn't value the edge. He used the 2nd pick in the draft on one and got the biggest edge in the trade market last year. Like, D-Mac, what's the deal with this? Why has the edge become the backup quarterback? Or the Red Wings goalie?
Because we watched the Eagles, and they destroyed with their 2 edges, and God bless them. But,
right, and one of them's gone.
Exactly.
Well,
but
because
they let him walk.
They
because
saw
that was our detriment when we watch games and
That
whatever.
too.
Is that we couldn't get to the quarterback.
Yep.
and it decimated our defense. So it's like because of our ineptitude. Now, granted, that was without arguably one of the best defensive ends in the league, but what's it going to look like? And you got to think that they've improved. You got to, obviously Aleem coming back off of injury and stuff like this and at the end of it, but I got to believe that they have contingency plans to what they want to do, but it seems to be more of let's wait and see attitude. So I don't know. I think it's there. I don't think Detroit Lions fans are wrong because I watched it too, going, hey, you got no pass rush. But again, you can explain why you didn't have your number one pass rusher, but the rest
and
of it's
a lot of
get
other
better.
guys.
So it's like because there's what else you gonna bitch about this team about, right? You're gonna bitch about the quarterback, or you're gonna bitch about.
Well, no, I was told everybody likes Goff now.
Well, okay,
publicly.
There you go. But I mean, there's always going to be that contingency. But you like your receivers, you like your running backs, you like your safeties and your DBs and stuff like this. You're not even hearing linebacker squabble.
No.
Right? Know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's coming to understand, okay, this Jack Campbell, real deal and stuff. So, I mean, it goes with
which D-Mac, again, the hockey guy brings up a good point where because when I talked about the draft and I've said, Jihad Campbell, not knowing obviously that he was an open toy already, apparently, like damaged packaging.
Right. We all didn't know.
The Eagles don't even know if he's going to play this year. When I talked about the Jihad Campbell thing, my thing was, you understand after next year that, where are we? We're in May, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand that 9 months from now we'll have 2 linebackers under contract?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they didn't – and no one talks about that. Like, if you looked at me in the eye and said, Neil, I would have liked to seen them maybe do something linebacker-wise in free agency or in the draft, I would say, okay, that's valid.
And maybe that's a next year problem because they did re-sign Derek Barnes. You're getting Malcolm Rodriguez back from injury. And they did do the same thing you're saying about the linebackers is the same thing that happened with the defensive tackle room. But instead, they overhauled that room. I think the linebackers are probably next on the list. But he refilled that defensive tackle room with Tyleek and Roy Lopez, and Levi Onwuzurike, bringing him back on a 1-year deal. So he knows, and that's another reason why I won't just crap on Brad. He sees what we see. He's aware. He's way more down the road than we are.
Terrell, Neil, come on, bro. Do you really think Brad would have got Z if Hutch was healthy? Well, they probably would have been a top 5 defense in the league and among the league leaders in sacks. So maybe not.
I think he would have, though.
Maybe he would have, maybe wouldn't have. I'll meet Terrell in the middle on that one. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe not. I don't know. I think if he signs him this year, that'll tell you, then yeah, he probably would have. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair, right, Terrell? If we're keeping it 100 right now, that's fair. That's a fair take, I think, by me.
He would have never left this team if Cleveland didn't structure that contract that way. He had no choice.
Cody Ingle, the same people that don't want to pay J-Mo think we can have $80 million tied up in edges. And Cody, look, I'm one of those ones that raises my hand on that too and says I got a little out of pocket.
But guess what? It was okay to do that. Why? Because Brad Holmes did make the call. You're not making the call if you can't facilitate a move like that. But it probably just some hangups in the long-term aspect of it.
Yes. Danny G. Jihad Campbell has the knee of a 60-year-old man. I heard it's the shoulders.
Yeah.
More than the knee.
They can afford for him. They can afford for him to sit out a year, though.
Yes. DNC ENT, and this time next year we will have 2 defensive ends under contract as well. So, again, yeah, and that kind of tells you what they're going to be looking to be doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, just a fan. I doubt Z is coming back. D-Mac, before we cut to the break and get to Thursday fights, you think the Za'Darius deal gets done? Somebody said he doesn't want to go through OTAs.
Yeah, no, I think it's more like it's what's going on right now. If we're going to re-sign him, I think it's like a veteran thing about, just take more time, enjoy yourself, older, tread on the tires, and that could be. I do think they're going to re-sign him. I always have. Because if he was going to sign somewhere else, he would have had to gone, sign there, get into their system, go to OTAs, stuff like that.
Right.
So
you can sign him and he just not go to OTAs too. You can sign him early.
Because of how it looks to everybody else.
Bingo.
I got you.
So you'd rather start.
They didn't even do that for Barry.
Yeah,
Like Barry wouldn't sign on purpose.
This isn't the Barry regime.
Yeah.
So don't say that, because I think the conversation could be had with some of their veteran guys, about stepping out. But it just, is there a, let me ask you this, money guy, what's the rush? The only thing is that he would go somewhere
That tells
else.
me that, and DMAC, like when you say that, that tells me that they have, I believe this. I don't have a source on this. I believe they have like a gentleman's-esque agreement in place. Like,
they could.
Here's the money. Here's the date. We'll see you in a couple months.
Exactly. No,
That-
they very well could.
That's what I think.
And I tried to tell fans this could go all the way to camp. Like the Zadarius Smith thing, there's no guarantee it was going to happen before the draft, and it didn't. There's no guarantee that it would happen in the middle of the summer. It could go into camp.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And let me just say, the 2026 draft class of edges is absolutely loaded. Derek Moore from Michigan is the 8th ranked edge in the draft, and there are some freak athletes above him, so I wouldn't be too worried about drafting an edge.
Michigan back to the playoff next year?
I gotta see it first.
They have to. They have to.
No, they don't.
They don't have to.
You don't think so?
No.
I think 9 games.
They got a freshman.
It's got to be at least.
Freshman QB, man.
Yeah, but he's
Wait a
supposed to be.
minute.
He's supposed to be that guy.
I know he's supposed to be that guy, and he looked good in the spring game, but I don't know.
When you take the check, you lose the freshman. You lose it.
Agreed. That's where I agree with Neil.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, he's a playmaker. It's definitely possible, but they have an easy schedule. Other than the big games, they have an easy schedule. So,
Oh, wait a minute. We have some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Via Dante 151 via Adam Schefter. Is it really? White smoke. A new pope has been selected. He soon will appear at the central window of St. Peter's Basilica.
Why is Adam Schefter reporting?
I don't know.
That was quick.
I guess so.
They got that shit together.
People are asking if I'm the pope.
Well, no, you're dialed in.
Nah, you way too tonish to be the pope. You got to be nice if you're the pope.
Pope, you say
Plus,
the
I
Pope
don't-
don't
I
have
don't-
tone? I think the Pope probably has tone.
All right, when we
I don't
come
know how
back,
you would tolerate
Thursday fights with Darren McCarty. Tell them about the socials.
I will tell them about the socials. Check out Woodward Sports on every social platform, from YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. We have accounts on all platforms, and we are posting daily, hourly, to give you all the Detroit sports content that you could ever need in your life. So make sure you are following, subscribe, whatever that is for the specific application, and we will catch you in a couple minutes.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well. Oh,
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
oh
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Attention sports fan, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy I trusted for 4 Stanley Cups. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge as well. Some breaking news. There was white smoke coming out of Rome, as a matter of fact. So appears they do have the new. That didn't take very long, by the way. They didn't deliberate for a while.
You know they had the next one kind of lined up.
That's what I think too. Cody Engel, why didn't the Vatican pick an edge to be Pope? Did they reach? Did they reach with the pick of the new Pope?
We'll find out, bro.
That's
cool.
I'm gonna steal that one, Cody.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm stealing that one.
That's elite.
What did he play in high school?
Yeah,
Right.
Steve DeYoung. I heard the new Pope is Shador Sanders.
He was a Cardinal in high school.
Javi Baez should get some looks as the Pope as well. So there it is. So yeah. So there you go. You got your new Pope, everybody, apparently.
Shout out to the Catholics.
It is Thursday. And you know what that means? A new bit that we started.
Hey.
Overwhelming success. Mr. Darren McCarty. It is Thursday Fights. Now, here how this works.
Only reason that I came in.
Yeah, how this works is we're not doing hockey fights or boxing fights. Regular old street fights.
Damn right.
Between family members, bar patrons, brothers, as we'll find out next week. It doesn't matter. Darren McCarty is going to break down a fight for you. It is as informative as it is entertaining. It is as entertaining as it is informative. You can learn something from my good friend Darren McCarty. And D-Mac, as KG puts it on the screen behind us,
This shit's starting off wild.
Right
Look
away.
at my man's face.
right away, we're off to a wild start.
I haven't seen it, so let's roll
Yeah.
through once for everybody
Yeah.
to see.
Okay,
Oh,
so he's
sorry. Oh, wait, no.
all right,
that's regular
KG.
speed.
You got to be better.
Yeah, no, that's regular speed. I'm going to slow it down, though. Hold on. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
So we have got D-Mac. We got a lot going on in this one. Okay.
Slow the speed. All right, let's try this.
Make sure D-Mac's mic's on.
It is.
I'm bringing it for my wrestling acumen. You know, this one should be sponsored by the Rise on Wrestling Academy. Brought to you because this is more wrestling than wow! Went for the absolute Seth Rollins curb stop. All the curb stops right there.
Buddy's
On the top, yeah.
Buddy's coming in.
Oh,
Off the top.
Did he? Hold on. Pause. Did he tap the elbow before?
Yes. He did the Randy Savage.
Did he tap the elbow?
He did the Randy Savage.
He tapped the elbow.
Holy
D-Mac.
shit.
It's on. KG, make sure it's unmuted.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. The batteries might be dead in it.
Let's break it down. Yeah. Okay. So let's watch. You ready? Watch this. So,
Can we go through one more time?
Yep. Hold on. I'm gonna run it back. Run it back to the beginning.
All right. Okay. Stop for a second.
Buddy looked confident.
So let's break this down. Looks like it's at what kind of bar?
Like a college bar.
Like a college bar.
Yeah.
Like a BW3s-ish or something like that. You got tables, you got chairs, so you got bar tops. We know that they got booths and stuff like this. So it's probably a sports bar.
D-Mac, I'll say this to start. It's a younger crowd,
Yeah.
so you're not going to have the same level of experience.
Right.
Just right off the rip.
Absolutely. Now, when we break these down in the past, and a lot of this is like, what is the drunk or intoxication level get to?
I say, if you look in the background, you got the bit of a cockfight going on down in South Carolina. They're the home of the Gamecocks.
Good call. This is Carolina. So there we go. We're down south. We can do it. All right, play it, KG. So these two look like they're gonna go. The girl comes in and pushes them both down. So two dudes are down.
All right, pause, KG. D-Mac, where do you stand on this?
Bullshit.
Thank you.
This guy, if I was in this bar right here, I would have absolutely annihilated.
You would have interjected yourself even if you weren't related to what was going
100%.
on.
This guy's getting smoked.
Okay.
Because that is uncalled for. These two, they seem like they're. Start it again, Kenny, please.
I got you. From the top.
They seem like they're almost drunk, and this is one of their girlfriends, and she's like, "You guys are a bunch of idiots."
Yeah.
You know, like stop, like idiot. But this fucking guy, like that was just uncalled for.
The bouncer comes in. The bouncer comes in.
He tapped the
There's the
elbow.
old boy up there. Randy Savage, you go down tonight, you know.
Holy
down to the
shit.
side temple watch. So bouncer sort of comes. I was back in.
I got you. I'm running back. Holy
And to the
shit.
back, hit him in the back of the head. Wasn't really vicious. Use the meaty part. There it is.
That is gold. He fucking tapped the elbow.
Bouncer gets in. It's like breaking up little kids.
D-Mac, use your desk mic.
Hey, D-Mac, you gotta use the desk mic. That one's not picking up.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Of course.
All right, so this is from the beginning.
All right, so here we go again. So girl pushes them. These two, they're not doing anything. Like they're like in a hug fight, right?
But
Until
then the
that guy
starts
comes
happening.
in
Yeah.
with absolute red flag right there. Red flag. Bouncer comes in, says that's enough, buddy. That's enough. But where did this guy come from? Right out of nowhere. Let him know. So walking and talking. That's the part of wrestling. He was walking and talking. He was letting the guy know he's going to drop the elbow. Bad elbow drop, though.
Yeah, the execution was horrible.
The guy walked it like Grind Time Wrestling Academy, kid. Come on in. We'll teach you how to do it right. But
elbow drop.
I'm going to give that guy's a douche.
Yes.
Okay? That guy needs his ass kicked. These two are just drunks. Whatever
that
else,
stuff
like
is
call it,
unnecessary.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean, doing it goofy. I feel more, because how do you know? Because the staff's like, you idiots. He's not overly aggressive, right? Usually when it's like shenanigans, the bouncers are tossing,
Right.
right? So
I was a bouncer
it was more
before, yeah.
irritating.
It's just like I don't like the guy that jumped in. I don't like that he
there's more.
He came off the booth with a guy with his back turned to him.
Yeah, that's kinda weak.
It was all weak, dude. It was very, very weak.
Oh, the girl getting involved too.
That's the beginning.
This was cheap.
Yeah, you don't
100%.
stomp somebody in the face like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
That's mad work.
uncalled for. Don't be that guy, because that could start a riot.
It could.
That guy coming in there, if the other guy had any boys or whatever, like it's over. There's bottles thrown, smashed.
Nowhere near center mass on that guy.
I'm gonna say, you know what? Like, I guess, well done, because nobody.
Wasn't too bad. Yeah.
No. There was no egregiousness. Like everybody, like the rest of the party went on, and
Why was he
whatever
picking him
else.
up at the start of the video, though? I don't understand that.
I don't either. It was a good recovery by the guy though, because he was in a compromised position.
He was,
So
definitely.
props to him. But yeah, this guy here, not a fan. And
Yeah, that shit weird.
and I wasn't a fan too of this guy, dropping the elbow.
That's classic. That's the
I'll
highlight.
say this. I was a bouncer before. I spent a couple of years being a bouncer. That guy, when things like this happen, that's your license. You pray on this as a bouncer. You pray for this moment as a bouncer, because you can do whatever you have to do to remedy the situation. He didn't take full advantage.
He didn't. He could have really laid into.
I had
my
that
man's-
once, and I took full advantage.
Yeah, got to.
Full advantage.
I wish I could see the tape.
So there it is.
everybody's
hold
not-
on, it was a UFC night. That
everybody's not-
explains it. That D-Mac.
I'm a running back.
Hey,
Hold on.
that's a true statement. We had to ban him in Calgary because Chuck Kobasu and Jerome McGinley would always, be
D-Mac
half
up.
naked fighting.
It's a UFC night. That
Holy
explains it.
shit.
But usually in a bar when something goes on, like nobody's entertained or amused.
Yeah.
Like usually everybody's up on it. It usually gets the energy everybody else going. So, I mean, I give it like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah. Hey, I will say this.
The elbow adds sauce to it.
I would give it a 6 because of the elbow tap.
You got
for
it.
no other reason. There was showmanship.
It was.
He was entertaining the crowd and played to it.
Showmanship in the middle of a bar fight is insane.
All right, let's see what the streets are saying about it.
These are some Birmingham kids, 100%.
Oh, big fact.
Super Bowl Cartier.
Big fact.
Super Bowl Cartier.
What's that mean, Jesus?
Oh, you
this
know
is
what
just,
it means.
This
No,
is
but
just
what's
the
it
foreplay.
mean? Tell everybody else what it means.
Couple privileged white boys,
Huh, you don't say.
exploiting their privilege.
Take what's the no word.
Hoof-hearted. Third guy was the marchand. Can we say
no
that?
doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Oh yeah, or Matthew Kachuk or whatever. He was a rat. He ratted it up.
Sauceton, this was so violent but so gentle at the same time. There was a lot of that element to it. It was like little kids.
Yeah, they not doing nothing for real. You know that.
It was absolutely.
It's an NBA fight.
People love the elbow tap though, man.
Dog, that shit is great. That shit is great.
Steve DeYoung, no greater moment as a bouncer, had to full-on tackle a few guys once to break up a fight.
Now, D-Mac, is that the Randy Savage or the Shawn Michaels elbow that my man delivers?
Yeah. I wouldn't even put it on any of their names. Right there. I've seen that was, he needs some work on that.
Yeah, some refinement, absolutely. He did a body splash after a seemingly elbow drop.
Are we able to clip that and use that as a sign-off for the show?
We can. Absolutely. We'll make it happen. I'll keep it in
just
here.
him tapping the elbow and coming down with it.
I got you.
All right, let's we're way late for the break. Let's talk about Caesar Sportsbook, everyone, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. You can scan the QR code on the screen right there above my head. Use the promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. That way, when you make your first bet, if it loses, you'll get that first bet back as a bonus bet. Only applies to the first bet up to $1,000 with the promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. It's Caesars, everyone. The app is clean. If you're taking Javi to have 4 hits tonight, go ahead and do it on Caesar Sportsbook. And if it doesn't work, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. Caesars, as I said, one of the OGs in the sports betting game. The app doesn't glitch on you. They have all the betting markets. You can take all the Javi props you want since he's an all-star this year. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
All right, Woodward Sports fans, whether you're hitting a game or simply just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They got over 30 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations right here in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. If you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Go to jarscannabis.com to see where you can get your favorite product today. And yes, they are carrying the Darren McCarty brand up in Owasso. Get it up there today.
Going all over the state.
All over.
Get it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, D-Mac, Darren McCarty here in the house. We have Young Justin in for Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge, KG. Are you back tomorrow as well, Young Justin? You are, okay.
I told you, I promise it will be better. I'll have everything ready.
Well, I was just asking.
And if not, then you can mute my mic all show or something like that. I don't know.
We may do that anyway. We'll see. Okay. That was Thursday Fights with D-Mac, Darren McCarty. We already have our one lined up for next week. Brothers fighting. I can't wait.
I can't wait for it.
In the stands of Oilers Kings.
In the stands, D-Mac, of Oilers Kings. So I look forward to that one and breaking that one down. Trajan Langdon spoke to the media yesterday. Just a couple of notables. Take a couple minutes on it.
I
Justin,
do have some clips.
Yes. Do you have the Cade Cunningham clip?
Yes, I do.
Can we hear from Trajan Langdon with Cade Cunningham?
Yes.
Or about Cade Cunningham?
Yes, you can. And here we go.
Any second.
Just wanted to make sure it was right.
He had an incredible year.
Stats-wise, he was fantastic. He got better, but everybody, I think people that knew basketball already knew that he was a hell of a talent, and he was capable of doing that, but he hadn't driven winning, and he was our main driver. He was the driver of winning for us this year. I think that's the biggest step, and it's the hardest step to take is turning your stats into actually meaningful things and driving winning. It's really, really hard to do. You know, I think he was looking at other people and had targets on their backs. And I think now he's going to have a target on his, where people are going to be like, well, I'm going against Cade Cunningham tonight. I'm going to get my rest because people are going to be watching. And I can make a name for myself, and I can really impact, you know, my stature in the game if I have a really good game against the Pistons and Cade. And I don't think that really started happening until probably game 60 or 70, where people started looking at us and him in that manner. And I think it's going to start from jump next year. So I think the big thing for him is just, we've talked to him about it, just getting in elite shape. Obviously incredibly skilled, incredibly talented, understands the leadership part of it. Now has a little bit of late season experience and playoff experience, knows how that feels. So kind of understanding what you're training for in the summer. Once you've experienced it, you can train for it because you felt it. If you've never experienced playoff basketball, you can't understand the level you have to go to. And now he understands that, he's felt it, and so he should be training for first, second round of the playoffs and not training for game 45 anymore. And so being in elite shape, I think will be a huge thing for him.
All right, D-Mac, and that was Trajan Langdon yesterday at the Pistons GM media availability. D-Mac, I vibe with pretty much everything he said right there. Just from the standpoint of, and again, you can shed light on this, the playoffs, as we are finding out in the NBA, are a different animal. And I will say, and I'll ask you about the physical part of it, but before that, when Trajan talked about the fact that next year, when people go up against the Pistons and go up against Cade Cunningham, they're going to experience some differences. I think the Knicks already showed you that. The Knicks, at a baseline, said, we will blitz you with a double team. You will not beat us. And now it was dependent upon, and people, we talked about this earlier, D-Mac, about the NBA playoffs, how it's matchup driven and things can change quickly because the personnel changes quickly on the floor. When the Pistons had the non-shooter look, the blitz of Cade Cunningham commenced.
Yeah.
It absolutely did. And then that's when the offense, it got tough to score. That's when it was tough to score in the half court. That's going to be the move on him. He will get blitzed with doubles, D-Mac.
As he should. How you defend
Correct.
this. So again, and they'll be prepared. It's just all part of his his evolution, maturation of Cade Cunningham. So, I mean, how else do you game plan to stop the Detroit Pistons? You got to stop two. And then everybody else, what's the secret to their success is the way that they help him out, right? And you should be. I mean, are you excited to see Ivy back next year to see where he's at, or do you think that missing the year is going to hold him back? That's just to wait to be seen. Because what we do know, Cade needs his Clay. Cade needs his second dude.
Yeah.
And who that's going to be, you would think Ivy gets an opportunity, but if it's not him, who will it be?
Woodward Sports chat thread, just a fan. Langdon told us Cade was not ready for the playoffs, but will be next season. Well, just a fan, he just told you that nobody's ready for the NBA playoffs when they get there. And we've gone through the litany, just a fan. Like for the sticks out there.
Countless.
Jalen Brunson, God's gift to basketball.
Right.
8 points a game his first time through. Kobe Bryant, Mamba mentality. 8 points a game in his first playoff series. There's levels to this, everybody. Mm-hmm. So, D-Mac, about that, the physical part. Because you've talked about it. We talked about it earlier today. My 100% is 70% on Tuesday in February when we're on the 3rd and 4 nights on a West Coast trip through Alberta, Canada. That's the reality of the situation.
Just the reality of it.
Yeah, it's not that you're not trying. That's what's in the tank, everybody. Like, you can't get more than what's in the tank. So
Cade can't go outside of himself either. He's a playmaker at heart. He has to play his game. So
no. What do you D-Mac, and this might be something good for Dr. Pierce, but you're here right now and Doc isn't. What is that, the training regimen to get playoff ready? We saw it with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan said the series against the Bad Boys told him, I wasn't physically ready. How do you get physically ready? You think you're ready, right, D-Mac? Like when you were a young guy in the NHL, you thought you were physically ready. I'm sure Kate thought he was physically ready.
Until
then you
not.
went out there and got a taste of it.
Well,
how does it change?
Everything is just amplified, and so it's like it's being comfortable, sort of being uncomfortable, and you just got to know yourself, right? So I know what I need to do, and I need to be, for me it was to be as physically healthy as I could, because I was going to wear myself down, and just being able to go out and to be able to give that your 100% is closer to 100 every night, right? So the best thing and about Scotty Bowman too is whatever it took to be ready for that playoff game. For me, I golfed 9 holes in the morning. I didn't go skate. I went out and walked around and hit balls and stuff like this to not think about it, to be around. You were doing something, but that got me mentally more engaged. Physically, if physically as you go on, like that would last for the first few rounds, then you'd be banged up and bruised, so you'd have to go down for treatments and stuff like that. But it's getting ready, and I think more so, yes, there's a physicality to it, but it's the mentality, right? The mentality that's got to change to understand is the intensity of every moment is a big moment, right? What did Cade, if he's going to look back and go on me, because what did he not do? He did not execute in those moments.
Yeah.
When the lights were the brightest, when he needed to. If he would have, we'd still be playing. That's just facts. So whether that's mentally or physically, maybe it's the push throughout the season to get the record that they did without having guys, right? What he's going to learn and he's going to go back is, how can I still get that production but have a little bit more in the tank? That's the maturation of knowing yourself and your body. If you haven't been there before, how do you know?
New York Nick Lucido, all love to the boys, especially KG, but you guys underestimated the Knicks. And Nick, I would say they weren't they were a minus 600 favorite, man. I don't think I don't think that anybody underestimated the Knicks. I would say the Knicks probably underestimated the Pistons a little bit.
And I feel like the fans were justified. We were screaming, "We want the Knicks, we want the Knicks." When you look at how the series played out, we was kind of right. The Pistons did match up well with the Knicks, but we were missing Beef Stew, who would have been absolutely pivotal in that series. And at times you just didn't get the performances that you needed from some of your veterans, like Malik Beasley. He struggled all series. If he hits more of those threes, you probably win. If Cade hits the threes that he had, you probably win. There's a lot of factors.
Woodward Sports chat thread, DNC ENT. Trajan comes across as very intentional. Everything he says and does seems to be intentional. DNC ENT, like talking to him personally, like we've been on the road, the Trajan you get at a press conference is the Trajan you get if you're talking about the weather. Like for real.
That's a good sign.
Like that's him. Like intentional is a great word. Everything is measured, man.
Yeah.
There's thought put into everything that he says. He's really a fascinating dude to talk to. He really is.
Like he is.
He makes you feel good about yourself too. Like it's weird. He has like a, I don't want to call it weird because it's positive. He makes you feel better, and it doesn't even matter what you're talking about. It's really wild.
Yeah.
Talking to him is wild, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like in a good way.
He looked like he has aura. I seen him at
100%. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I seen him at the Motor City Cruise game earlier last year. Oh man, it was crazy, man. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
No, he definitely does. He definitely does. All right, calling all Tiger fans. Join us for the White Claw Tigers Watch Party Tour. Woodward Sports will be hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit to watch a Tigers game live on Woodward Sports. Join the Woodward Heavies as we hit McShane's Irish Pub, Nemo's at Second Best, and of course the Old Miami. That's like the murderer's row of bars in the Detroit bar scene, by the way. Be a part of the fun and see our reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to one of the hottest teams in baseball. Join Spencer and Easy Friday, May 23rd for the first watch party at McShane's Irish Pub in Corktown. It's the White Claw Watch Party brought to you by Easttown Distributors and Ben Johnson Law.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. What's up, everybody? Neil Rule for Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. Now, bottom line this for you guys. If you're looking for a gym, don't spend $90 or $100 a month like some people do. Trust me on this. Planet Fitness has everything you need. I know I've been going there for over 4 years, and it's $24.99 a month for a black card. Get access to every Planet Fitness in the world. Get used to all the amenities, the hydro massage chairs, all of it. You even get a discount on drinks, everybody. Like, come on. What other gym is doing that for you? There's a location wherever you need to go. PlanetFitness.com, or just pull in the parking lot. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Come on now. All right, keeping it pushing, coming down the stretch. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, and Darren McCarty. And happy to have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Hit that like button if you would be so kind. And get in there. Nick Lucido. The Cardinals were on the clock, and the pick is in. White smoke from the Vatican. Some sad news here. Chet Lemon has passed away at the age of 70. 1984 Detroit Tigers hero.
Damn.
One of my favorites, him, Lance Parrish, Jack Morris, those were my guys. D-Mac, I think you said it best. There wasn't a kid in town, and Little League coaches hated Chet Lemon. The one-handed catch of a fly ball, you just kind of snap it, it back like that.
Everybody was trying to do that.
Everybody was doing it back in the day, so... again, rest in peace to him. I know it was. I don't know if you saw him towards the end, D-Mac. I saw him at one of the '84 events. He was in bad shape.
Yeah,
bad shape.
Rest in peace, man.
Godspeed.
No doubt about it.
To the family.
No, absolutely. So that is tough news. Steve O'Baby asked Neil, I'm already ready for Pistons basketball. You know why? Because next year they're going to be in first place, just like the Tigers are right now in the MLB.
Not mad at it.
Do we notice this, D-Mac? Like, you look at what the Knicks are doing against the Celtics, and I would contend, yes, the Knicks made the plays down the stretch, but the Celtics are doing it to themselves.
They choking it off.
They are 25 for 100 from behind the three-point line. Are the Pistons closer than even we think they are, or no?
I think they are.
I think you're right.
I think they are, because it's the it's the front off, like you said about Trajan Langdon, JB Bicker stuff, because they got the right pieces in place making the decisions. Right? We're seeing a lot like what the Lions did when it's starting to play out, the improvement, but also too the communication and stuff. I think they're closer. I think that the big question mark is, how does Ivy bounce back, and can he bounce back quickly, and can he be that legitimate too, or what's the next move? Because I think they have a few ideas of a direction they want to go, if they got to go contingency B or C. Or shit, I don't even know if Ivy's plan A. We'll find out.
I don't think Trajan knows. I think Trajan.
I think it's just
honest.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
I think that here's the thing that I do know is what they accomplished this year in one season fast-tracked them at least 2 or 3 seasons. So
absolutely.
So now they're closer. Right now they're so much closer than to being good. Now, are they Boston, even New York? Are they the top 4? No, but I think that they're legitimately a 6. Right? Like, where are they? And they can only get better.
Neil,
I mean, so much. Look at the conversation we're having today. as opposed to a year ago.
It's insane, isn't it?
Insane.
And Neil, you would agree that the Pistons' biggest need at this point is secondary scoring. They just need another guy next to Cade, and they can really take this thing to another level.
Which is fair to say. Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer. Schroeder, to me, is our most important guy to bring back. But, Robert, so let's start thinking about it this way then, right? Because you have to have Beasley because of the role he provides. He was the second leading three-point shooter in the NBA.
Impacted this team.
Critical.
Yeah.
Was really unlocked Cade.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Cade been his whole career without a shooter like
right. I think he is critical to bring back. Ivy's coming back. You already have Cade. Do you see where I'm going here with this? Like the Schroeder thing, he was perfect. A perfect trade deadline acquisition. I would contend that you see the lay of the land and then go get another Schroeder if need be.
Could be.
But see, but I'll tell you this, guys. Like for the people that are anti-trade market, like you need to consider this. Like theoretically, given that scenario, Ivy comes back, he's healthy, he's in. Cade is Cade.
Mm-hmm.
Beasley's Beasley, second leading three-point shooter in the league last year.
Yeah.
Where does Schroeder play?
As your backup point guard, because you still need that backup facilitator to take Cade's usage down.
Okay, but isn't Ivy going to play that role?
No, because Ivy will be starting most games. They will stagger the minutes, so I get what you're getting at. But you can still have Jaden Ivey run the offense at times, but I would much rather have a Dennis Schroeder on the team because he's a veteran. He's been there before.
Is Ivy better at scoring with the ball
or
coming off the ball?
I would say coming off the ball. Me personally, I would say, you think he's better on the ball?
Depending on how they want to approach it.
Right. But I think that's another tool in your tool belt. If you have a Dennis Schroeder, you can mix up the looks, is the point I'm getting at. Plus, Dennis Schroeder plays defense, and a lot of backup point guards in the league are lacking that skill. So that's one reason why you may want to hold on to Schroeder, because he does play on both ends.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Is Javi the worst player making $25 million a year? I've always found that the answer to that is always no. There's always somebody worse. Jacob deGrom's making 40 this year.
Yeesh. Where he been at? I forgot he even
hurt.
existed.
He's hurt all the time.
Yeah, literally.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, remember this too when we talk about Scooble?
Yeah.
Like Max Scherzer made $41 million last year.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob deGrom makes 40 this year.
That's crazy.
If I'm Scott Boras and I'm Tarek Scooble, ...
Oh yeah, he getting paid.
Anthony Rendon's still making $39 million, and he's pretty much out of baseball.
Damn.
Correa at $37 million is overly aggressive.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole's hurt. He's making $36.
These some great agents.
Tyler Glasnow is making $33 million.
Shout out to these agents, man.
Nolan Arenado's making $32 million.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Let me see. Blake Snell's making $28 million. Carlos Rodon's making $28 million as well. But I had a Yankees fan tell me at the Marlins game that, that's going to be their key to the World Series.
I guess.
Is him. Bryce Harper's making $27.5 million. Chris Bryant at $27 million. That's a pretty bad one.
Yeah, at this point.
Xander Bogaerts at 25. Matt Chapman's at 25.
Still solid, both of them.
Bregman's at 25. Flaherty's at 25. Javier Baez is the 31st highest paid player in baseball. Robbie Ray's at 25. Sonny Gray's at 25. So,
where's Sonny Gray been at too?
Freddie Freeman's only making 23. He's mashing the ball right now.
Yeah, and that's what he does. He's been massively underpaid.
Yeah, for a while.
Entire career.
Oh, yeah, damn near. Underappreciated.
Skydog 722. Scooble's agent's got to be thinking 45 to 50 million.
And this is why he's not going to sign anything before he hits market.
Yes. Nick Lucido, Neil, I still have a better defensive run save percentage than Javi in 2024. Well, no, he was elite. I was told he was elite. What?
Not last year. Come on.
I was told that.
Once you get rid of them jokes, you gonna be better for it, man. We trying to get you right.
Brad Holmes. Oh, yeah, Zion is so cheap. He's only guaranteed $50 million. Guys, real cream of wheat. Zion sucks. He's only guaranteed $50 million.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, he doesn't get paid.
Is he fat at times? Yes, he doesn't suck, though. If you've watched him, he far from suck.
I gave you the breakdown nobody else did, and apparently nobody knows. There are 6 weight checkpoints per year that Zion has to make in order for him to make the max of his $200 million contract. There are games played clauses in there. He has to play 61 games in a season for him to make the maximum amount of money.
Yeah.
If he's a distressed asset, he comes at a discount. And when he plays, you can't deny the impact he has.
Yeah, low risk, high reward.
He's 26-10 every game he plays.
And still pretty much young in his career still. Still got a lot of
and
tread.
can shoot from the perimeter.
Yeah, a lot of tread
You
on
have
those
to
tires.
you have to account for him.
I just don't think he wants to be – he's never wanted to be in New Orleans. That's part of the problem. And then he got down there and got fat and started, doing the OnlyFans stuff.
So, yeah.
Shout out to him.
He is cheap. He is cheap. Cheaper to acquire, certainly cheaper to pay. And if he costs you a player and 2 firsts and it doesn't work out, you're not tied long-term to any money. Because usually the danger is when you do this, say you go – because Giannis is going to want an extension.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say you do this and you bring them in and they get hurt, not only did you give up the cost of acquisition – you're screwed financially going forward. So just remember that, everyone.
That's facts. And the Pistons are at a position to where they don't need a lot of first-round picks at this point for all the pick people out there.
Brad brings up a point, though, Zion being near Coney Island at all times. No, thank you.
A little dangerous.
Yes.
It's good food down here. Detroit, slept on the food scene.
Andrew Jones, he's a very efficient player when he's on the court. That's my point. Well, Sloppy Toppener says, well, that's 2 firsts for nothings, though. Well, then you tell me your move.
Yeah. They spend first-round picks like fucking – like change, loose change in the NBA. I'm not tripping over a couple first-rounders. I'm not. If it's 3, 4, 5, now we talking, okay, you doing something substantial.
Yes. D-Mac, what do you got going on this weekend? You're out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
What do you got going on this weekend? Where can they catch you? Other than the golf course.
No, that's it. Oh, Maple Leaf Pro, Toronto.
Shout out.
Supposed to go there Saturday, but I'll be on the golf course most of the weekend.
Yeah.
There it is.
You going down for
This
collision
weather,
tonight, right?
man.
The weather.
Been waiting for it.
Well, except for today. Today was an okie doke.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fine. Little breezy, but we'll get through it.
Mac, you going down for collision tonight too, right?
I'll be down there.
Yep.
I will be down there at some point. Yes. So, yeah.
Looking
So
forward to
got
it.
that going for us.
Yeah. Shout out to AEW.
There you go. Shout out. All right. That's it. Thanks to everybody for tapping in for DMAC KG, Chasing the Chase Lounge, Young Justin. My name's Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in, Big D Energy. Well, see you later.